Hello there guys, this is Calum here from Cadets, Tips and Tricks and Stuff. And hello. So this is our first video at Cadets, Tips and Tricks, and I just thought that I would make a quick, simple one which is just about cadets in general. So to get started, I thought I would run through the three primary cadet forces that we have here in the UK at least, and we're going to completely overlook the CCF, the Combined Cadet Forces, because it's kind of a niche, to be honest. It's very compact and not as many people have access to it compared to the three individual primary cadet forces. Of course, there's actually four. There's three primary ones though, so let's go through them. Of course, the first one, I have them all here. We have the Sea Cadet Corps. We have the Army Cadet Force, and last but not least we have the Air Training Corps. So let's go through these individually, shall we? We'll start with the oldest, which is the Sea Cadet Corps. Let's just bring it closer to you here so you can see it a bit better. There you go. Sea Cadet Corps, as you can see, it reads Sea Cadet Corps, Anchor, Ready, Eye, Ready, which is their slogan. So this badge is the Sea Cadets' current badge, and basically the Sea Cadets is, well, the title's in the name really. It is the cadet force associated with the Navy. All primary cadet forces in the UK are associated with a armed force, so obviously Sea Cadets is associated with the Navy, which is obviously to do with the sea. So the Sea Cadets itself, sorry I just hit my microphone, the Sea Cadets itself was formed primarily in 1856. It was originally called the Naval Lads Brigade, and it was formed for orphaned children who were made orphans during the Crimean conflict, and they could go and learn skills of the Navy so that they could eventually join the Navy and make a life of themselves. In 1899 it got royal recognition from Queen Victoria I, and Queen Victoria gave, I believe it was Westminster Unit, £10 to buy uniform for their cadets. In 1919 it was taken over by the Admiralty Office, and they said, let's associate this with the Navy in total, we'll call it the Sea Cadets, and they basically formed the entire training programme. A few differences and things to note about the Sea Cadet Corps. Well, number one, Sea Cadets is not entirely funded by the MOD, or not initially funded by the MOD. It is actually part charity funded as well. Obviously some money does come from the MOD, but it's part charity funded. The Sea Cadet, each Sea Cadet unit, which is the separate Sea Cadet units, a Sea Cadet unit basically, each Sea Cadet unit is its own registered charity, so part of their funds come from charity, which is why some cadets may argue that the Sea Cadets get more up-to-date and better equipment and facilities and stuff like that. So obviously the next one is the Army Cadet Force. I hit my microphone again, but this is it, the Army Cadet Force. So as you can see, Army Cadet Force, right here, indicated by this crest, it literally just says Army Cadet Force, and that is it. So, Army Cadet Force was technically originally founded in 1860, however didn't become known as the Army Cadet Force until the 1920s/30s, I believe. So the Army Cadet Force, really no one really knows that much into its history, obviously because there has been stuff like this going on for quite a while. It was just like the Sea Cadets when it originally came out. It was to do with the Crimean conflict and to get younger people involved so that they had somewhere to go in later lives. So that was the primary function of the Army Cadet Force. So the Army Cadet Force now basically is the more generalised cadet force at the moment, and basically that's it. Anything to do with the land or the army in general is associated with the Army Cadets. The Army Cadet Force is mostly funded by MOD, unlike the Sea Cadet Corps, which is mostly funded by charity. So that's that. Last but not least, as I said before, is the Air Training Corps. So the Air Training Corps, as you can see, symbolised by Air Training Corps, and their motto is Venture, Adventure. So, the Air Training Corps, just in case you can't tell, is associated with the Royal Air Force, and it is MOD funded. The Air Training Corps was formed on the 5th of February 1942, well, just in the dregs of World War II, really, and was formed by Air Commodore Chamier as the Air Defence Corps. It was basically made to get young, well, teenagers to get involved with the Royal Air Force and to help when staff shortages were low during the Second World War, just in case anything like that happened again. So it would operate as ground staff, refueling and ground operations and things like that. Later on it became known as the Air Training Corps and was given a royal warrant, and it is pretty much all MOD funded as well. So that's a general overview of the Free Cadets. So which one do you join? Well, it's entirely up to you. The Sea Cadets, normally they're based around the coast, obviously, or near volumes of water where they can practice. Like quite a lot of the Sea Cadets work is practical hands-on, and they do this in boats, power boats, sailing boats, rowing boats, stuff like that. And they will learn about knots, and you can do different power ratings and things like that with the Sea Cadets. So that is the Sea Cadets. The Army Cadets are normally found anywhere, really. However, quite often they are found in TA bases, obviously the TA being the Territorial Army. Obviously these provide amazing training facilities for the Army Cadets, including normally shooting ranges. The Army Cadets and the Air Cadets are currently the two cadet forces that are allowed to shoot. However, the Army Cadets are allowed to shoot on what are called exercise training, or training exercise. Basically that means that they are allowed to use blanks in weapons in training situations rather than just shoot bullets down a range, which is what the Air Cadets are allowed to do. But that's the Army Cadets in general. They will do everything from PTI, which is physical training instruction, all the way up to fieldcraft and night exercises, things like that. And finally the Air Training Corps. The Air Training Corps is associated with the Royal Air Force, as I've said, so basically anything to do with flying and aircraft and things like that. It doesn't really need to be based anywhere specific. You would probably be thinking that it would be on RAF bases where there are helicopter pads and runways and things like that, but actually no. The opportunities to go flying and gliding, which are the two main aspects of being an Air Cadet, are actually based at RAF bases. So if you went to somewhere in the Durham-Northumberland wing, and a wing contains squadrons, so say Durham and Northumberland, all the squadrons within or between those two counties are contained within Durham-Northumberland wing, they will go flying at 11 Air Experience Flying, or Northumbria UAS, University Air Squadron, down at RAF Leeming. And they'll do their gliding at RAF Topcliffe. So that's pretty much how that works. However, a lot of it isn't all hands-on, a lot of it is academic as well. Just like the Army Cadets STAR classification system, the Air Cadets also has a classification system, which is very academically based. And quite a few opportunities are based on your academic level in this classification system with the Air Cadets. So to do things like your gliding scholarship and flying scholarship, which can ultimately lead to getting a pilot's license, you have to be a senior cadet in some ways, but actually the classification is leading. So that is basically how that works. So we've pretty much just generally went over all the three primary cadet forces. Obviously you may be thinking about Royal Marine Cadets. Royal Marine Cadets is once again a niche which is actually contained within the Sea Cadets, just like the Royal Marines in general. Royal Marines are contained within the Royal Navy, and the Royal Marine Cadets are contained within the Sea Cadet Corps. So that sorts that one out. So I hope you've enjoyed this first video. I hope you found it useful and factual more than anything. And if you want anything else to be put up on this channel, don't hesitate to get in contact, put something on the comment section, and we will hopefully get back to you. So anything from uniform to what you should buy to tips and tricks, as per the channel name suggests, go ahead and ask. I'm currently the only person on the team. Like I've said, my name's Calum. Nice to meet you. And basically I'll be happy to help with almost anything as long as it's obviously appropriate to the channel. So I am currently a cadet. I'm not going to say which cadet force because it may make it a teeny bit biased. The time will probably come when you'll find out though. So that's that. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you again in the next one. So goodbye.